This lesson is on solving systems using addition and subtraction. Before we get into this method, I'd like to look at what we do with equations like this. We have x minus 3 equals 7. And what do we typically do when we see this? Well, we add 3 to both sides. And that's okay because we know as long as we add equal things to both sides of an equation, that's okay, as long as they're both equal. And we would get x equals 10. We're going to use this method when we look at problems like this. We have 2x plus 3y equals 7 and 4x minus 3y equals 5. Well, we know that this is the same as 5. So I'm going to add this to the left side of my equation and the 5 to the right side of my equation. So I'm going to add 2x plus 3y to 4x minus 3y, and I'm going to add 7 to 5. When I do that, I combine like terms, and 2x plus 4x gives me 6x. 3y minus 3y gives me 0, and 7 plus 5 gives me 12. You'll see what happens here is the 3y and the negative 3y cancel each other out, and that gives us an equation with only one variable. We can solve this one by dividing by 6, and now we know that x is equal to 2. This equation would have been very ugly to try and solve by something like substitution, but if we add one side to one side of the equation, the other side to the other side of the equation, and a variable cancels out, this is a very nice method when two of ours are opposites. Now that we know that x is 2, we know we're looking for an ordered pair, so it's going to be 2 something. Now we're going to plug our 2 back into either equation, and it doesn't matter which. I'll use the first. 2x plus 3y equals 7. I'm going to plug in a 2 for my x, so 2 times 2. 4 plus 3y equals 7. Subtract my 4. And y equals 1. Whenever you have variables that are opposites of each other, this is a very nice method. We just add the left side to the left side and the right side to the right side. If we look at this one, neither of our variables are opposites. 14x and 2x are not opposites, and 2y and y are not opposites. But we know that not only can we add something to both sides of an equation, we can also multiply by something on both sides of the equation. What could I multiply y by to make it the opposite of 2y? Well, we could multiply by negative 2. But it's not okay to just multiply one piece by negative 2. We'd need to multiply the entire equation. So I'm going to multiply the left side times negative 2 and the right side times negative 2, which gives me negative 4x minus 2y equals negative 38. Now my y's are opposites. So let's bring down this 14x plus 2y down here so we can see it a little better and they're lined up. We want to be sure they're lined up. The x and y need to be together on one side and the other, and our whole numbers need to be on the other side. Now when we add 14x plus 4x gives us 10x, negative 2y and 2y give us 0, and then we can subtract 94 minus 38. We get 56, so 10x equals 56. Divide by 10 and x is equal to 5.6. Once I know that x is 5.6, I need to go back and solve for y. I can use either equation. I'm going to use the second one since it originally just had a y. So 2 times 5.6 plus y equals 19. 5.6 times 2 is 11.2 plus y equals 19. We subtract 11.2 from both sides. Y is equal to 7.8. So the addition and subtraction method, the idea is that you're going to add, I'm going to erase this, You're going to add these two sides of the equation, and you're going to add these two sides of the equation. But before you add, you want to make sure two of them are opposites. Just like we made negative 2y and positive 2y, made sure they were opposites.